happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out, as it looks like it's a very bad day for that MSNBC host, Nicole Wallace. She's now finding herself on the brink of searching for a new gig after the things that she just said live on air, guys. I'm excited to get in this one, so we're not straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into it, you guys hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy.
Guys, now we have to remind ourselves, Nicole Wallace is speaking about a 13-year-old brain cancer survivor. This guy has went through 13 brain surgeries. And this is how you repay him. This is how you speak about it. I mean, it was honestly expected for the Dems not to stand up or clap for Donald Trump, but for them to sit for this individual. I mean, it just really shows you what their character is, what they truly stand for, and it's absolutely nothing. Only corruption. This is so sad.
I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
She needs to be held accountable.
Okay.
There's no way.
Next,
no way.
We have Rachel Maddow, who called the entire act disgusting. Again, this is the party of joy. Here we go.
It only gets worse.
And this is disgusting. The president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that. This was in the midst of him praising Doge. The Doge cuts, among other things, have cut off funding for ongoing research into pediatric cancer.
You really are talking about some of the most vicious, evil people on planet Earth. Listen to DJ actually explain his story in a White House video that was just released.
But you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathes me and my brothers all together, and out of nowhere I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me," and I started to act, I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow, and then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital. And then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "Nah, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
And the amazing
that's incredible, guys, and it's very sad that that 13-year-old has to have that sort of mindset that he's gonna keep going until his tank runs out and God calls him home. Bless his heart. Donald Trump is not making this about himself whatsoever, guys. If you guys got a little bit of backstory on it, this kid was actually being bullied on the street. He was wearing his police uniform. This is way before he knew Trump or anything like that, but it went viral. These kids were bullying him, making fun of him on the street because he was saying that he was going to be a police officer. He was saying he's going to be an agent, all this stuff. And then Donald Trump made that possible for him. I mean, these folks on the left are so ridiculous. It's sad, especially when you see his story and you know what's going on.
The part about this is that President Trump obviously knew that Democrats were going to behave like this. Like they planned on it, right? They knew it. They knew they were going to be just disgusting, despicable individuals.
So nasty.
And they were going to behave like this. That's why they brought DJ to the State of the Union. This is why they did this, right? To show America who these people are. And if you can't stand and applaud for DJ or for Mark Fogel, right, who's released from a prison in Russia,
right,
you can't stand and applaud for Laken Riley's mother or a young man who just got accepted at West Point. If you can't stand and applaud for those things, like, exactly what are you cheering for? Like, what would ever make you cheer? Like, you clearly hate yourself and you hate America.
The Dems are too busy cheering for men and women's bathrooms, men and women's sports. I mean, this right here shows you why they're opposing Donald Trump's mass deportation of illegal migrants. They simply do not care about the people, and it shows. It showed through that night.
Cheering for, like, what would ever make you cheer? Like, you clearly hate yourself and you hate America. This is the point that Ted Cruz made on Sean Hannity's program right here.
Tonight was incredible. This is the 5th State of the Union address I've seen Trump give. It was by far his best. We're just over a month into it, and he had a litany of victories that we've already won, one after the other after the other. Listen, I thought he was joyful. I thought he was forward-looking. I thought he had the promise of America front and center. And I got to say the contrast. I have never seen such a disgraceful display as the Democrats put on. I've been to 13 State of the Union addresses altogether since I've been in the Senate. I've been to every one. I've never missed one. It started from the moment he walked in and was introduced, the President of the United States. Not a single Democrat stood, not a single Democrat applauded, not one. I've never seen that happen. Every time Joe Biden walked into that chamber and they introduced him as the President of the United States, I stood my butt up and I clapped. Every time Barack Obama walked in, I stood up and clapped. Even when I couldn't stand their policies, even when I was horrified at what they were doing, I respect the office of the President of the United States and I respect the American people. The contempt those Democrats had, they wouldn't stand, as you noted, for the mom of Jocelyn Nungary. They wouldn't stand for Laken Riley's family. They wouldn't stand for the 13-year-old kid who survived brain cancer. They didn't stand for the young man whose father was a slain police officer, whom Trump admitted to West Point in the middle of the speech. They wouldn't stand for him. Even the Joint Chiefs applauded to the kid going to West Point. But you know what? The speaker got something slightly wrong. He said there was nothing they applauded for and stood for. That's not correct. There was one thing the entire night they applauded for. That we sent hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine.
I remember
and they
that.
all stood and cheered.
Ukraine.
That we sent money to Ukraine, but they will not applaud for America.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the full exchange. Donald Trump and DJ and the honoring of this young man who survived cancer. And the best, I would argue, the most heartwarming moment of the night. This is what Democrats called disgusting.
In 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Absolutely amazing. How could you not stand for this? I mean, come on. All of what he's been through. Come on, guys. He's got the badge and all. And then a big hug. Oh my goodness. Yo, there we have it, guys. That one coming from our friend Benny Johnson. Definitely leave that original video link down in the description box below. Those who want to go check that entire thing out. Also, you guys to go over there and show our friend Benny Johnson tons of love and support. He's a great guy. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm not even surprised. I couldn't say I was surprised that they did not stand or clap upon Donald Trump's entrance, but the fact that they couldn't clap or just show someone just an ounce of dignity while these victims' families were being recognized, especially this 13-year-old kid. He's a child. And you don't stand for him through all of what he's been through. You know, he has truly fought that battle toe to toe. 13 brain surgeries. That just shows you guys how sick these folks are truly, you know, they truly are. You got to think they only clapped for the Ukrainian aid being sent over by Donald Trump. I mean, if these folks are so standing with Ukraine, they want to be backing them, why don't they go over there, you know, apply for citizenship and frontline it? I mean, if they really care about these folks so much, a tweet isn't going to help. Simply saying that you stand with Ukraine is not enough. Why don't you go over there and help them out, give some true support, really do stand with Ukraine? But I believe that it's all baloney, just like we've seen during Donald Trump's address, where they couldn't stand for these great causes, hostages being free, making it home, these families being recognized, the victims of migrant crime. It just shows if it's Donald Trump, they have to go against it. That is the only reason why they're standing with Ukraine. And the craziest part about it for me is that the fact they've never once said that they stand with America, they stand with our flag, United States. They have no patriotism. It's just all anti-Americans, what it seems like to me, y'all. But definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Definitely would love to hear from you guys. Also, sorry if this wasn't as good as what it usually is. I feeling a little funny. I went to the dentist earlier. I took a nap trying to let the meds wear off, but I'm a little numb still, so it's kind of hard for me to talk. But guys, definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you did enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one. We